Last time out, we picked up the Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo and put it through its paces in the 4-wheel drive challenge. This episode though, things are stepping up a level because we're entering the GT Cup. Bigger races, faster competition, and hopefully, more prize monies! Now naturally, entering a bigger championship also means we've started spending even more money on the GTO. More power, more upgrades, and quite possibly the complete abandonment of any financially responsible decision making. Thank you for calling Roadside Assistance. Please hold. All our operators are currently busy at the moment. Onwards to the GT Cup then. Victory awaits. First up, Grand Valley Speedway qualifying. Let's see how much slower than the AI we are here then, shall we? We always seem to be starting in 6th. Yeah, look at that. 5.5 seconds slower. Should be a good fun race this then. Talking of the race, let's have it. Starting this episode off with the replay cam. Again, I'll be alternating between replay cam and gameplay for this episode, and then from next episode I'm going to try something new, see if it works. Back to this race though, we're already up to 4th. Tried to send it down the inside there and got it completely wrong and wiped everyone out. However, I think we're still in 4th because, yep, there we go, still in 4th. Not terribly far behind the rest of the pack, but got my work cut out for me here. I love that shot. Another full-on send that's gone horribly wrong. Completely wiping yet another AI car round. On the outside of the Lancer, give it a little love tap there. Throw it in, a little bit of a slide into the tunnel. And you keep it right here because it's now the left-handed hairpin because this is the full circuit. Griffith 500 in front of us. What a beautiful car that is. Hopefully I can afford to buy one soon. I don't know how useful it will be. I'll probably use it for the UK versus Japan Championship. Sorry, and again, I'm just having constant brain melting moments. Sorry. Right, still in 3rd. Right up behind the Griffith now though. Heading towards the end of the first lap. Very wide there, nice little drift though. Onto the main straight. Trying to stick in a slipstream, but it's difficult when you use directional buttons instead of the analog stick. And we've gone straight into the inside barrier this time. More rubbish driving. Fantastic. Really not enjoying myself out on track today, am I? Still, we're really far ahead of the rest of the group, so sat down in 3rd. I think we're fast enough to still come through and win if I don't jump over every curb and nearly spin at every corner. Ooh, just about held on to that one. Griffith's right up behind the NSX tailpipe now. Which is good. Hopefully they battle and slow each other down so I can catch up even quicker. Then again, I don't need to really, do I? Because I am right there with them. Actually, I'm now ahead of Griffith because I believe he tapped that outside wall there. And no, I didn't bash him into it. At least I don't think I did. No, I'm sure I didn't. Right, over the bridge. Heading into the long right-hander. Who's deceivingly quick. And getting a bit sideways. A bit of tyre smoke coming from me there as well. The tightest corner on the track. Decent exit there. Right up next to him now, but I'm going to let him run around wide, let him go so I can chuck it down the inside here, try and get a better run on him. There we go. Now drag race to the line by the looks of it. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Yeah, there we go. NSX. Right up the inside. Boom, and there I go, flying off the track. While also looking at the impressor. I do apologise, my replay skills need a little bit of TLC, I believe. But we're on to the final lap of the race and we're down in second. But we finally got this hairpin. Okay, I was going to say we finally got this hairpin right, but we haven't. Still cut the inside there. Heading around back onto where the two circuits meet. The right-hander and then the left-hander into the bridge. Try not to wipe out that ball on the outside. Another left-hander into the bridge with the right-hander. Nice little power slide there again. Try and stick it up on the inside, get a better run on him. Into his slipstream, but no, his acceleration out of that corner was actually really good. I'm going to have to either send it at the chicane here or get a better run on him out of the last corner. And we've hit that wall. Didn't seem to slow us down too much there though. Managed to get on the inside there, but he's going to out-accelerate us here. We need to really send it on this final corner. There we go, managed to keep the lead, not give him any slipstream, but I don't know whether slipstream actually works on this, and I've kind of come across him there, but still we won quite, well, I was going to say quite comfortably, not comfortably at all, by less than a tenth, but a win is a win, we're all good. $10,000 credits for a win. Excellent. Might actually have some money at the end of this, which I'm probably going to end up just spending all next episode anyway. Because what I'm trying to do is constantly give progression in these episodes. I don't want to have to repeat championships constantly. 4.5 seconds slower in qualifying here. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't want to constantly be repeating championships. I want to give you guys constant progression, and I don't want to do weird things off camera like a lot of other people do. I don't really like that, so I'm not going to do it. What I might do is just do like I did before with the Viper, just do like a quick 2-minute montage of me gaining some money in a repeat championship. Right, heading into turn 1. Spend it up to third, wiping out the Griffith unintentionally, but still managed to do it. Right up into second. NSX seems pretty slow around here, despite being so much quicker in qualifying. It always seems to happen. Qualifying they are ridiculously fast, and then in the race they're just rubbish. Or maybe not rubbish, but much slower. Going into the final 2 or 3 corners of the circuit. Try not to wipe ourselves out or the NSX. Feel a bit dirty about taking a lead there. But it's okay. He's kind of flying back around the outside there, look. That was a pretty good move. He's gone, look. Into the first corner, sorry, and we've gone wide again. Oh well, this middle section, this NSX really isn't very quick. So we should be able to catch him here. And quite rapidly too. If I don't constantly wipe out walls. Oh, he's bouncing along. What an amazing impression of Zebedee. You know what? I think that was so good. It's time for the first action replay of the series. Oh, even the little wheelie there. Awesome. Well, that's given us the lead. Probably quite a comfortable lead at this point after that. Still, don't want to be resting on my laurels. Still need to, yeah, there you go, look at that, they're miles behind, but I still need to make sure the final lap is competitive. Make sure I don't run wide here. There we go, did that relatively nicely. Heading through the midfield section now. Oh, midfield. That's the name of the track on GP2. A really good one too. The scene of the Zebedee incident from last lap, and I've gone straight into the wall on the outside. Luckily I'm far enough ahead for it not to really matter. This one's kind of gone from being challenged to being quite easy on this one. Hopefully the next two races aren't as easy as this one, although Grand Valley probably would have been quite easy had I not constantly crashed. So maybe I'd put a few too many upgrades on this, but never mind. We live and learn. Cross the line. And I think it was the TVR that finished second, so we're probably even further ahead than what we were. Yep, there we go. There he is. Miles ahead of everyone else though. There we go. 8 points clear. Another 10,000 credits. On to special stage Route 5. One of my favourite circuits on the game. Where are we in comparison to the AI? We are only 3 seconds slower in qualifying, which means this could be a bit of a walk. But only one way to find out. Where are the AI? They are there. I thought they'd all disappeared off the road, up the road then. Into the tunnel for the first time. Getting it a little bit wrong, so we're still down in 6th, but that's fine. Not a bad move that actually. And top it off with a nice power slide. Brilliant sequence of corners that was. Even if I do say so myself. Now this is the full track, so we're staying right. I went a bit too right there and ended up in the wall. Never mind. Up to the hairpin, which I adore now, but I used to hate as a child, probably because I was very rubbish on the game and refused to use the brakes. So I just go straight on always. Battling with the NSX and the Griffith here. This is going to be tight into this corner because this is a series of complex tight turns. Yep, there we go. We've all come to blows. Not just us, but the Super was involved in that as well. four-way fight into a narrow one lane corner is not ideal. Right, heading down the main straight into the first corner. Very difficult. You've got the dip pink right, then straight into the long left. But we've somehow, we didn't really see it, but we've emerged in the lead there. Or at least battling with the NSX. Around the outside of him there. Nice. Griffith's going to send it up the inside of him as well. He's lost 2 in 2 corners. And he's nearly span it there as well. We've got a bit of a gap here now. Not too big, but there is a gap. Into the hairpin once more. Much smoother and better driving than what it was in the first race, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's time to watch a few of the other AIs because I've kind of ran off into the distance at this one at the minute. So we may as well see what's going on with the NSX. Great shot into this chicane. And the long right-hander, which in some cars is flat, in others it's not. But you shouldn't really ever have to brake, just ease off the throttle and then kind of like feather it. Just to get round, keep the momentum as high as possible because this is a long straight. You need really good exit speed. This NSX is sliding a lot, but I've just noticed the Griffith is right on my tail box. I realise I said tailpipe and gearbox in one there and called it a tailbox, but never mind. You know what I meant. Little ball bash there, into the hairpin again. So that apex quite nicely. I'm going to run out wide here and cut in to grab that curb as well. And that double right-hander into the tricky right chicane. Again, it's one of those where you're kind of braking while you're turning. What makes it much more difficult than what it otherwise would be. And then on to the final straight. To the end of the race. And there we are. Across the line we go. Victory number 3 of 3 in this championship so far. One more race to go because we're moving up in the world. $27 points to their 16, sorry. So yeah, there's no way we're losing this. Of course, we still have to actually do the race. Another 10,000 credits. We can't just quit now and win the championship. You can do that on Gran Turismo 4, but not on this earlier one. Not on these earlier ones. So we're going to have to do this. Plus, it's Trial Mountain, which is my favourite track. And we're even closer, so this could be an even bigger whitewash. But never mind. We'll see how it goes. Getting down into turn 1, which is quite a funky turn 1 in a left-right chicane that's really quick, but we've managed to get through them quite nicely. And Lawnmower Simulator again. Onto my least favourite corner on the track because I'm so bad at it. Actually, to be fair, I quite like it, I'm just rubbish at it. Past the monkey tree from Gran Turismo 2 onwards. I think it was 2 that there was a random monkey in there. Can we get the Griffith on the outside? Apparently we can. Nice. Just the NSX to go. We're only half a lap in. A little wide there. I would have liked to have cut in at some point there, but never mind. Gets a decent amount of momentum, which you really need up that hill. This corner can be quite tricky as well because you're going downhill, so picking your braking point is a little tough sometimes, especially with the faster cars. Final chicane, don't want to be taken out the curb. We saw last episode what happens when you take out one of those curbs. Okay, this NSX is actually quite quick at the moment, which is good. I want to challenge. Okay, just as I say that, he goes really slow around that corner. That wasn't planned, by the way. That was just probably me being jinxed. Bertie says one thing, Universe does the other. Right, the most critical corner on the track now. It leads onto the long straight and we hit that rather nicely. Over the bump and then over the crest of the hill. Again, braking downhill here, but it's not too steep, so it's not too bad. Although it did seem like we've locked the brakes there and gone straight on a little bit, but all good. The lead is maintained. Did that quite nicely. Would have liked to have come out a little bit earlier on the exit, but it's all good. Need to stick right here into the final chicane, little dab of the brakes. Try not to take too much of that curve. That was probably the perfect amount of curve actually. On to the final lap. First chicane. Keep your foot in. Or not. A little dab of the brakes there. I'm going to be cutting in here because if not that much. So if you're too far out wide there, because of the crest, you kind of just end up being thrown really wide and often end up in the wall. Plus it's such a short run down to the next corner that you're better off exiting the tunnel on the left hand side. Hit both the walls there, so we didn't even get a particularly good entrance onto the final straight, onto the long straight on the final lap, sorry. But the NSX, for some reason, wasn't actually that close. I don't know what happened to him, because he was right up behind us earlier in the lap. Into the final proper braking zone. Still running wide, look. I think I'm braking and turning too late there. Right, final chicane, just a little dab of the brakes. Throw it in, that's a little wide, it's all good. We'll cover it. Yep, far enough ahead. And we win. Win number 4 of 4. Everyone else was so far behind there. 16 points in the head. $10,000 credits for the win. Brings us up to 42,000 credits. And then, oh look at that, 25,000 credits for the championship bonus. Back up to over 60,000 credits. But we're bound to end up spending a lot of that, because of the championship that I want to do next time out. But we've got a new car. Let's have a look at what it is. Okay, Toyota Chaser LM edition, our first race car. Awesome. What I am going to do is I'm going to do all of the road car events, including the couple of endurance events that are road car specific, and then I'm going to start doing the race car races or championships. So having this is great, but we don't want to use it just yet. Anyway, that's going to have to be it for this episode. When we return, there may well be another addition to the garage.